Hi, let's take a walk through the syllabus. You'll find the syllabus on the syllabus page on Blackboard. If you clicked on Blackboard under the course and you look to the left, the menu's to the left, it's, I think, the second page. And if you click on that, you will find the syllabus and you will also find this video again on that page, but I'm also putting it on week 1, so you'll see it there. We're going to walk through the syllabus together just so you have a better understanding of what my expectations are for what you'll be doing this semester in EDUC 325 Children's Literature. This course is designed to introduce students to children's literature with an emphasis on developing an aesthetic and critical response to literature, experiencing and appreciating the breadth of genres and a variety of authors and illustrators. Creative ways to use literature with children will be investigated. Students will begin to use children's literature as a teacher in elementary and middle school classroom. To the left, you'll see outcomes. Some of the outcomes include evaluating quality literature that will develop and support literacy and curriculum in the classroom. You're going to look at various issues related to the use of children's literature. You're going to write critically, analyzing some children's literature that's read in the classroom. You're going to access and utilize professional resources in children's literature, and you critically examine the contributions of outstanding authors and illustrators. And you're also going to analyze how visual elements contribute to the comprehension of the text. The required book is Literature and Children 8th edition. You'll see it here. You're more than welcome to purchase it online. You're welcome to rent it. If you don't want to keep it, you don't need to. You can also buy a previous edition, but you might have some challenges with page numbers that coincide with the page numbers that we're using in the current edition. But whatever way you want to get a hold of the textbook will be fine with me. Here's a scale for grading, and we'll talk about that at the very end of the semester. Here are some assignments at a glance. My work policy is that you could get the work completed on time. The week will shut off at the due date at the end of the week when the week is over. If you did not finish your work and you want to finish it, you will have to ask me to turn the week back on. Hopefully, I'll do that for you, but you will have to probably tell me what the reason is why you did not work during the week. It takes a lot of discipline to work online. I'm sure you may already have had some courses online and notice that it does require you to be self-disciplined and make sure you get the work done, because not only do you have work every week, you also have some large assignments that also need to be completed during those weeks. You won't have 10 assignments, but you'll probably have 8, and some of them are very lengthy. So I just want to make sure that you know that I may take points off if you don't get the group work done that week. You're not going to get credit for the group work, because the group work is when the group works together to do the work. So if you don't get to the group work for some reason and you do the independent work, you'll get credit for the independent work, but you won't get credit for the group work. So I would suggest you do the group work first that you see in the week, and then do your independent work. We're going to move ahead. If you find that there's some reason why you need to report an incident of social justice, here's the form for that. I wanted to point that out. If you have a disability and you need some accommodations, please let me know. And you can also deal directly with the Student Health Center. I'm going to move along here, and here's my attendance policy. When you complete your work online, I know you've attended class. That's basically what it is, and what my expectations are is that you do the work every week. And I will try to grade it on a weekly basis. So when week 1 is done on a Sunday evening, I usually grade Tuesdays. I teach on Mondays on campus, so Tuesday is my grading day, and you should have it by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. I try to get all of the weekly grading. Assignments might take me a little bit longer, but I try to be prompt in getting those back to you too. And that's another thing I want to talk to you about. If you get your work returned and you're not satisfied with the grade that you received, you can resubmit your work by looking at my feedback. finding what needs to be done to improve your work, and you can resubmit it. Now, you need to do that in a timely fashion. So if you have an assignment that's due week 3 and you wait till week 7 to turn it back into me, I probably won't give you a lot the additional credit and the improvement in it. So you do need to check my feedback when you receive the work and turn it right around if you want to receive a better grade and you want to improve your work so that you can receive a better grade. Make sure you don't plagiarize and that you give credit to anyone who you are quoting or using as citation. Here are some resource links that I have offered you for the Academic Success Center, OIT, Wilson Library, Academic Advising, just some additional information. This is our mission for the College of Education, and you can certainly take time and read that. Here is our vision. We have goals at the LaFetra College of Education, and these are the goals. I'm going to let you read that at your leisure. These are our core dispositions and values, and all of them are very important to becoming a teacher. I work in my research in social emotional learning, and I teach in some schools that I started. I started one school 15 years ago. I started another school about 5 years ago, and another one 2 years ago. I helped start. I'll say that I was one of the people who helped start, and I go back to those schools and I work with them. They're in Buffalo, New York. So I fly there once a month to work with my schools for about 5, 6, 7 days, and working with my teachers on social emotional learning, and probably hear more about that as the semester goes on. But those are the dispositions for the college. Here are the assignments. Again, I'll briefly mention them. I talked a little bit in the course overview of the virtual discussion. Here's the information for that, so you have a better handle on that. Here is the attendance and participation. Again, those are the points you receive. Each week you turn in to be about 50 points you receive for the work you complete. If you don't complete an activity, you will have points deducted. So you get points for every assignment for every activity that you do during the week. And there's usually 3 or 4 a week. And then you will also get, of course, a grade for the larger assignments too. One of those larger is the reader response blog. And you're going to be blogging after you have read a book and discussed that with your group. And I've talked about that in the overview of the course, so you can take a look at that again if you need to. And it's also on Blackboard. On the menu on the left side, you'll see reader response blog. Click on that and you'll see some information about that. This is what information you'll add to your blog. You'll create a book trailer. A book trailer is like a movie trailer, but it promotes a book rather than a movie. And the information for that assignment is also on Blackboard. You'll see that as well. You can create a family literacy backpack. Some classrooms are actually creating these as homework for students to go home and work on literacy activities with their families. And you're going to actually create one of these and give it to a family and then find out how they do, and they will give you some feedback, and you're going to write a reflection about your work that you did with the backpack. Again, that information is on Blackboard as well. You're also going to, besides the 8 books that you're going to read in 8 different genres, you're going to also read 24 self-selected books. These are 19 picture books and 5 novels, chapter books for children. They can be either young adult or they can be middle school. They can be even elementary, and also the picture books. And you're going to actually use Google Books and create a library for your virtual it will be a virtual library for the 24 books. You can even add on top of that, the 8 books that you're reading in your discussion groups as well. And you're going to create a 2-minute reflection screencast of your library and send me the link to the library. One of the larger assignments I did talk about in the course overview is the library field experience. You're need to find a library, either a public library or a school library that you can volunteer in. It may take a little bit. Sometimes they want you to be fingerprinted. If you don't want to do that, try to find a library that doesn't require that. If you do, just make sure you get on that right away, because you only have 10 weeks to complete 15 hours. That's about 1.5 hours a week. And you don't want to wait to the bitter end and have to do all 15 hours in a week. So here's the information for that. Again, it's on Blackboard, and you can read more about it there as well. Your final exam will be your e-portfolio. Maybe many of you have already started an e-portfolio in another class. You then can take that e-portfolio and create a children's literature page, and this explains what you'll do for the final exam, which will be due week 10 after you have completed all of the lessons and have done all the assignments. This is my information if you need any information about me, and it talks a little bit about my background and how I got to where I am now. And here is the weekly schedule as well. And that pretty much takes care of the syllabus. For the most part, everything in the syllabus is also on Blackboard, and you will be able to read more specifically about that there, but you're welcome to read it here as well. Again, if you have questions or you need additional information, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be glad to help you out. I'm wishing you a lot of success this semester, and I'm here to work with you and to assist you in whatever you need. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the course, and I hope you really love reading children's literature, because I have a passion for it. I really do. Otherwise, I'll see you online.